Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to the Excellency Light League. We're bringing you the second set of the night, ReDefy Unleashed versus Florida State Esports, getting into Game 2. ReDefy Unleashed took an incredible Game 1 after a long-winded battle, finally defeating Florida State Esports with their incredible Wombo comp. I'm your play-by-play caster, Zephyr, and I'm joined by the lovely Coach O'Bubby as my color.
I like that you stress the lovely so much, making me blush a little bit over here.
You join me on Light League every week. Gotta.
Hey, I love being here. These matches are a lot more intense than people would be giving them credit for. As anybody who just saw last game, that was explosive, neck and neck. And man, did both those teams perform their heart out. It started to become a little bit more one-sided towards the end. ReDefy a little bit sloppy in the mid game, but the team comp truly came online 30 minutes plus, finished the sole point, and was able to just secure the victory.
Absolutely. So now we're going to see a little bit of the turn here. Florida State Esports know what they don't want to deal with. Every band thus far has been impacted by that first game. No more Black Bear on Malphite. No more Amethyst on Kai'Sa. I'm really curious to see what the next ones are, but it definitely seems like the impact has been heard. And it does touch on what you were saying before you even got into this. You know, if we knock down ReDefy a peg, take away some of that power, the messiness that we did see from them will start to leak out.
Yeah, you have a comp that rounds its own mistakes out so easily. If Malphite whiffs, you got Hecarim. If both of them miss, you got Rel. If none of them work, Orianna can still slap the ball in. Massive front line, no matter how you play it. So Amethyst is able to just fight however the heck he wants on Kai'Sa. And it really just kind of shines when you draft that strong into almost countering what the opponent draft is. Pick potential is weak to hard engage. So they're starting off on the wrong foot and, you know, barely win it just because of, I would say, a draft difference. I think if Florida State turns this around, it's going to be a different story. And I'm really thinking that they are not going to try and run the same style of draft.
No, you can see it already. Misfortune, while still an earlier champion to play around, definitely has a bit more prowess across the board in some of these fights. And to pair it with Leona, it definitely seems like Florida is looking for something a bit more lockdown, engaging, something for a team to follow up, more damage across the board. But that's not to say ReDefy is out of it. You know, Seraphine is just as disgusting as much to Bubby's points as he'd love to discuss.
Yeah, I'm going to, you know.
You're going to beat the same tree for the third time?
Yeah, I'm like tongue twisting here, trying to even talk about something else because I want to talk about the Seraphine, but I've said it 100 times so far. You can't let that one. You can't let the Seraphine go through, man. We talk about it every match, every game, 100% pick or ban priority. And you ban out an Ornn over a Seraphine. You know, Ornn's great and all, but he's not a Seraphine.
Okay, just to touch on this to move on, Udyr was the pick earlier in the night by MB Gone as he led us through two of those victories against Divine Ascension Obsidian. So to see that slide through due to kind of the more directed bans from Florida State's Esports does not bode well for this team. I love the response though with the Olaf. So aggression into more aggression.
Yeah, Orianna's still on the table and does work with both of these comps too. So Florida State Esports is going to have the first pick opportunity. They could decide not only take it away from Breezy Bay, which is this Orianna after last game. He's going to try and run again, but get it on your own comp to combo in just so concrete of a draft this time around. I think ReDefy has to try and ban it out, but maybe they don't pick it. I could be wrong. Udyr going on the table, like you said, such a big pickup for them, though.
So that's something they can play around. I'd like your opinion, though. Kind of bring me through the Ashe pick, because I haven't really gotten the opportunity to see a lot of Ashes recently. A lot more aggressive picks in the bot lane have been gracing my eyes. So to see that one pop up, I'd love to hear your opinions on that.
So Ashe is a really safe pick, but it's also a really aggressive pick. You can run the support Ashe isn't as much of a thing anymore, so that's kind of why it's faded away, not being able to flex it 80 carry or support with the Imperial Mandate on support. So it is just 80 carry. We only see the lethal tempo Ashe, but early game, you have a lot of lockdown if you run them down with that level 1 slow per auto attack. Lethal tempo with her Hunter's Mark or Fury on her Q just gets her so ramped up. She can crazy hard engage. If she's into a negative lane like Leona Misfortune, she can just poke, cast her W, farm from the safe side of lane, and she doesn't descale. Pick potential on ult is massive, and her team fighting is phenomenal once she gets Runins. Udyr runs around, punches people with the bear stance and stuns them. Ashe now with Runins is autoing everybody. The entire fight, everybody slowed, and every 4 seconds, Udyr's re-stunning everybody. The amount of CC lockdown you have off of low or no cooldown abilities is so high, you no longer have to play around ultimates.
Well, either way, we'll see how that plays into the fact. I'd like to see the CC kind of pull around and enable some of these fights in the hands of the ADC, of course. Looking on the sidelines here, we're starting to see the magic damage that is necessary finally come alive. Neeko and Echo, respectively.
Neeko, we have seen played against Orion. So okay. It's going to be Gragas support, Seraphine mid, and no, Gragas top this game. That is going to be Gragas top. No, that's going to be Gragas top, Udyr jungle, Echo mid.
Right.
Ashe,
I'm a silly goose who knows his champion.
It threw me for a loop too. I forgot Gragas is 4-way flexible right now, so technically there's no guarantee it will be top, but that's what would fit to comp the best. That's what we see a lot. It's so strong. He's got that casket that just starts fights or disengages fights. Olaf's gonna have an easy time with that, but the same can't be said for the rest of the team. Neeko's really good in the mid lane right now, complements the team comp, but I'm surprised it's not an Orianna.
Absolutely, and I think to play around the Neeko is something that you can pull off. It might not be within the pool here of Flame Shout, and that's maybe not why we're seeing it. Notably, you see what is that Ahri get banned out, and so they root it to the side here, and I think it works similarly to what we saw last game. I just hope to see that there's a little bit more emphasis put towards getting, Florida State's major carries in a bit of a limelight. Notably, they do run with that Gangplank into that Gragas now, though.
Yeah, that's I would say favorable matchup for Gangplank. Gragas, one of the reasons he's picked is his sustain has been buffed. His passive is when he uses an ability, it's 8% max health yield instead of 6. He can get damage reduction when he takes a chug. But Gangplank's going to have the priority level 6 if you lock the Gragas down with your ultimate, or even just look for plays in mid or bottom side with that global Gangplank. It's going to be a lot of pressure, just shove in lane, make plays around the board that Pandemonium likes to try to do. I also want to take a moment to highlight Black Bear's Malphite last game was very high performing, but really iffy ultimates. Some of them were great. Some of them were full blown whiffs. And when it's a Malphite, that's not a big deal. When it's a Gragas, that could be game changing if he's not able to get those right on the mark.
Absolutely. So I think this draft, in terms of, we talked a lot about how you could make a mistake last game if you were ReDefy Leash and still find your way back into it, given the absurd amount of opportunities for lockdown CC damage that you had. This time around, it definitely feels like it's very one-sided. You're playing around that Encore. You're playing around the Enchanted Crystal Arrow, maybe a little bit of the divergence from Echo, but the casket's a big one from Gragas too, right? Those are 3 major windows that all have to be simultaneously impactful, or else you're not going to get the same drive, because Olaf's going to run you down no matter what, right? That's a problem for Ashe. Huge problem for Ashe, and that's going to be something we're going to watch as the game progresses. But in terms of lockdown, you've got Leona, Neeko, Olaf, kinda more. He's more just scary. Just
the perma slow from him killing you is lockdown in my book.
Yeah, as I say, if Olaf connects with Ashe at a certain point, that's not lockdown. That's gray screen.
Locking you in the gray screen. Gangplank ultimate is one of the best slows in the game too. Yes. So Ashe doesn't have a dash. She doesn't have any way to really get out of that. She gets put in the center of it, and it's not the eye of the storm. It's the dead outside. Out in the ocean, not on a boat kind of part of the storm that you don't want to be a part of. I want to say really want to say, I can't stress this enough. Seraphine, Ashe, Echo, Udi are so well complementing, fits so good. But we get the encore out of the enchanted crystal arrow. Echo's about to land a 3-4 person stun, right? And Gragas knocks all of them out of the team. It could complement the team and perfect this draft, or it could break the draft entirely if Black Bear is not careful. And you could say, well, maybe just don't ult then. He doesn't really fit as a good top laner in comparison to other tanks if he's not getting good ults. Gangplank ult and Olaf ult, you really can't whiff. So Rooster, Flame Shadow does have to be, on the same page as Black Bear for those ults really got to matter. Even Dump Truck on the Solar Eclipse really kind of got to land them, but they can't throw a team fight the same way that Black Bear can. So really putting a lot of pressure on him to perform this game after a slightly sloppy performance last game.
Yeah, honestly, I think the performance from ReDefy wasn't perfect across the board, and I think we might see them privy to their own weaknesses into this game too. That's something huge I really want to watch out for, because this is definitely a harder comp to pull off compared to last time in the route. If they can manage this one just as well, that's impressive, right? And especially since you've given the other side here, FSU have definitely come back and they're looking to fight this one out way, way better than what was that single target early comp they ran in game one.
Yeah, you got a lot easier of a comp to run for you, and if you're not looking, you can get picks with the comp. They just came from a pick comp style of play. They can still use that this game, right? But they also have the all-in that they tried to do last game and backfired for them. This game, I don't think it's going to be the same. I think it's going to work for them when they do it as well as they did last game.
Absolutely, and that's something that we're really going to have to watch out for. But either way, it's up to them. Last game of the night. Either ReDefy goes home 2-0, bolsters their lead, or FSU proves that they're not quite out of the Light League just yet. We'll be right back. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to the Rift here on Excellency's Light League. If you're just joining us, we're bringing you through the second game of Set 2 here of ReDefy Unleashed versus Florida State Esports. I'm your play-by-play caster, Zephyr, and I'm joined for one final little time by my lovely color caster, Coach O'Bubby.
Thank you for having me. I am very excited to go into this game. I didn't sound like it right at the start, but I am genuinely very excited. I was a little bit confused why Kaz was mid. I was like, wait a minute, did I get it wrong? That's an Olaf mid? Panic for a quick minute.
You're struggling out here.
I have a very bad headache, so that's just how it goes sometimes. I want to see a strong comeback here from FSU. They had the potential last game. It was looking so good for a hot minute, and this game, I am loving this draft tenfold. So I'm looking for some really good plays coming out.
Absolutely. We'll have to watch and see, especially notably Kaz. While he was aggressive in the early game, being on the Olaf this time around compared to Kindred, that aggression is going to pay off way more. And additionally, you've got way more AoE team fight bases with, looking towards Dump Truck, Flame Shadow, Pandemonium. They all have something to work with and collapse need be.
Yeah, I think Dump Truck's gonna have a lot easier of a time this game too, playing that Leona instead of the Thresh. Thresh, everybody thinks Thresh is a tank, but he really isn't that tanky. He doesn't get armor or magic resistance per level. He gets armor from souls he picks up, but it's not equivalent to what a champion, say like Leona or Rel, is gonna pick up. Right. And he's, ranged, but not really. His self peel also stuns him. So maybe Dump Truck's performance is gonna be a lot better on the Leona as he goes in level 1.
Right, but he doesn't quite have the stun, so he's actually going to be punished out pretty aggressively here. That poke is going to stack up. Bit of a question on my, no reason to really go in until you have that 2 advantage, in my opinion.
Yeah, you have to really respect and fear Ash's level 1. She has 10% bonus damage on all her auto attacks built into her passive, so she just does 10% more damage than you.
Dump Truck goes back in, but he finds himself in turret. That's a very, very early heal there from Amethyst. So that's down, out for the count now. He's still chasing this through, pumping the damage the best he can. Dump Truck turns around, flashes forward, gets the stun in response, uses the root with the Xenoblade, but now from the side is Breezy Bay coming from the mid lane, easily here to clean it on up. 1 kill for Breezy, 1 kill for Lemon.
No love for Amethyst. He doesn't get any of those kills, and he's the one who took the beat down. He'll get it eventually. You are correct. Breezy Bay. Why is he not running Smite at this point in time? Because he is the jungler this game. I am loving MB Gone. He's playing great, but I don't know. I just think Breezy Bay really is playing jungle this game. He's going for a game topside, though.
Yeah, MB Gone maybe looking to shut you up. Coming through with the stun, playing there. There's the double flash forward. We do have Gragas with the follow-up, and Gone. Make sure that Pandemonium's gone.
So much damage from the Phoenix stance. That on-click stun comboed with the red. What?
He shut you up there so quick.
Yeah, he really did. I think MV Gone is listening to me or something. It's the caster's curse. He's somehow 3 minutes in the future right now while he's playing. But
what is this?
Oh no, the repeat gank.
That is so disrespecting. You don't have flash. There's the flash from Gone. There's the knock-up. He's definitely more healthy this time around, but Gone has the stun. He doesn't give the kill over to Black Bear, but it's still fostering the absurd lead on Udyr.
Okay, so here's the problem. Well, he won 2-0 tonight on Udyr, and you gave him Udyr again. He just ganked top. You don't have flash. You teleport back. You see him on the ward, and you still push forward. So I don't know how I feel about that one, but it's questionable. Yes. Could be tilt from the last game, but ReDefy is really working this round over, starting off 4-0 at 5 minutes, making me eat my own words here on Udyr after saying who's the real jungler. He's like, oh, you know who the real jungler is. It is me.
Breezy Bay playing this pretty aggressive, going to be shadowed by Cats here. Doesn't quite find that slow. That could be the end of that one. Breezy going to throw down the Divergent and finds his way back onto Flame Shadow to pick up that kill in the mid here, but he's going to find himself straight into the hands of Leona. Zenith Blade to root him out, trying to give that killer to Cats, but throws the Ignite down. Going to get that shut down as a result now and be gone. Woohoo! Buddy, you can still keep fighting that if you want. Kaz was looking real low.
Yeah, they nerfed Udyr's passive recently, so he's not sitting at 100% attack speed when he's that low. He's sitting at like 60, 70%. It's still pretty scary, but when his axe is way over there and you're as fed as you are, I think you can easily pick that fight. He's playing a little bit of the respect game. I commend him for it. You know, no reason to throw the lead here, but Breezy Bay and Gone are just performing so well. I'm curious if this is going to be a permanent roster swap for them with how well they're performing tonight. If they win this game, that is a 4-0 victory for week 2 on them.
Absolutely. I mean, that is just absurd. I haven't seen a 4-0, I think. No, we have not seen a 4-0. In set 1 and 2 last week, everyone lost at least one game. So this would be the first of it.
Yeah, so this is a momentous slide for them, not only in team morale, but just positioning in this league. They're going to be the team to beat. It's going to be ReDefy Unleashed. Oh, no, we got to play against them. We hope they don't go 4-0. We'll see how they perform in the future, but this is just looking so good on them. We saw them last week. They performed great. But when they make this roster swap and you got the double jungle rocking with Breezy Bay, level 2, level 3 ganks all over the board, able to pick up solo kills, Gone pressuring top, just outperforming his opponent junglers in what I would say a pretty even early game. It's just too much map pressure for you to handle.
Right. I will say, though, FSU still has a great comp to play around, and they might not win it through the lane, but they definitely have that mid pressure. You know, Kaz is still Olaf, you know, that's still a problem you're going to have to deal with. Rooster's still an absurdly talented AC paired with a Leona that can really punish this out. Speaking of that, there's the Zenith Blade into the stunning. Good cannon barrage, that slow we discussed, and now Gone from the side here, going to try to save the day, but the Amethyst is already taken out as Rooster picks up an easy double kill. Did you even need the Ragnarok?
He's just angry, okay? Let him have it. He just wants to scream in Viking, whatever the language is that Viking is. He wants Nordic. To scream in it. Nordic, yeah, maybe just in Viking, because I don't even know if what he's saying is coherent at this point in time. He gets so angry. Come on, man. Yeah, double kill being picked up for the Misfortune. Leona handing that over is huge.
Right, and Rooster can definitely play with that. He's talented to boot. Ooh, Pop Blossom. Oh, the clone saved Breezy Bay's life. He thought Flame Shadow was in the opposite position, or even still, he played around it efficiently, knew it was the clone, dived it to make sure he got around that. That was, oh, Chef's Kiss, beautiful.
Nice play from Breezy Bay. Chef's Kiss from me too. A nice little, really well played. The ult putting him back into safety, pushing forward. I don't know what he could have done better in that moment in time. It's possible it was a fluke and he got tricked by the Nico clone thinking he was picking up a kill, because her ult is invisible while she is invisible. So he didn't see that coming when he flashed forward. But he's got a big enough of a lead now, 24 CS and 2 kills. I don't know if it really matters.
Gone, you are so aggressive. This whole team to come to boot to make sure maybe they can find this. Dump Truck does find the Zenith Blade to the stun. There's the Enchanted Crystal Arrow in response. Pretty much negated instantly, though.
Yeah, if Leona had level 6, the lockdown would have been a lot better. Misfortune if she had bullet time, different story. Olaf had Ragnarok, but, you know, I could say no reason to use it, but he used it last time for no reason. But he's really wanting to contest his jungle. He is as dominant of a jungler as Udyr is, so there is no reason to hand over your jungle to him. There's no reason Gone, just because he's got 2 kills on his belt, should be taking your jungle away from them, and it's a really good rotation from them to stop it.
Exactly. So at this point, a little bit of a reset on both sides here, kind of evening it out. I like the shadowing, though, from Kaz in this bot lane. That's something that will punish out Lemon and Amethyst. And I told you, Udyr, I mean, Olaf get on top of Amethyst Gray Screen Simulator 2021. And now they go deep on the turret, player through with the bullet time. Amethyst flashes out, but it doesn't matter. Gray Screen for Dump Truck as they do see the outside of that one on Amethyst. Now Breezy Bay looking low, going to use the Chrono Break as the charm from the Encore comes through. Kaz looking low, and there is the kill from Rooster. The Pop Blossom does find its way under Breezy Bay as the double kill makes its way over to Rooster.
Florida State University says it's not over just yet. We have changed up our draft. We are playing so much better. A lot more performance coming out of Flame Shadow this match than we saw last game.
Yes.
Really good, Nico. I'm loving this pick. I would have liked an Orianna as far as the draft goes, but hey, if Flame Shadow can perform this good and continue performing this good as Nico, this could be the win con for them in these next coming fights. You chain it with Leona, you let Olaf run in, take all the aggro. Nico gets to sneak in with Invis, maybe flash, pick the position she wants to drop that Pop Blossom, and boom, you got yourself a winning team fight.
I mean, I'm sorry, have you... I might be mistaken, but have you heard of Rooster?
Well, Rooster's ultimate was fantastic in that fight too. The setup was handed to him. So I love Rooster.
Breezy Bay stunned out here, gonna try to get that divergence off, but he doesn't quite make it. Gets the shield, but it's not enough. Flame Shadow with that last little pop to get that kill.
Are you sure it's not?
Oh, that's a little bit too much for her at this point.
Okay, all right.
I'll tell you when it's more of a over a.
Okay. Okay, we got to keep that in mind. This is very important to me and the well-being of the casting of this game. So I do want to say Rooster outperforming himself, playing so good. We love it. 5 breaks out mid lane though, and they're not going to get anything out of it.
It's a Udyr.
Yeah, well, he's going to kill her now.
He's gonna try.
Okay, never mind.
Yeah, he's back in. He's in and out. He's in and out. Man, I miss Udyr.
I think he could have gotten that kill if he wanted it.
Under turret barrel as well. The damage is there for Black Bear. Can he find the kill? The wave is in such a bad spot. The flash still comes through. Very nice. Oh, he does get the flash knock up. Can he get the kill? Not quite. Oh, you gotta feel bad.
Yeah. Poor Black Bear. He
Still very nice play from him on the.
It was a great play. I want to say the most important part of that play is how he used his ultimate, because whether he gets the kill or not, what we need to see is a complete confidence of this explosive cast. It needs to work. It needs to land properly. So if he's able to cast them correctly, whether he's getting a lead for himself now or not, the late and mid game team fights will ensue in his favor.
Absolutely. And I will say, you talked a lot about how, if he does whiff it, it's actually to the disbenefit of ReDefy. So that's a big one. We're still waiting. We're still watching. We'll watch. Ooh, good root on the Breezy there to punish that one. I love that.
Yeah, this Nico has just been performing so well. Ari was a rough pick. We know Rooster. What I was trying to say earlier before the fight's breaking out left and right and Gon is trolling me. The Rooster we know is going to perform well. We saw it last game. Some amazing gameplay. So we picked them as fortune.
Oh, wait a second. Hold the thought. Solar Flare on the Amethyst. Udyr as well. Gon trying to stem it out in the bot lane. That's going to be the triple charm in the back. But there's Flame Shadow with the Pop Blossom to punish it through and through. And now in the top lane, Pandemonium is going to go down as Gon is struggling to fight this one out between Kaz and Rooster. Gets the kill on to Kaz, but he's going to have to run away as Dump Trunk is too much of a lockdown potential.
It's hard when you're looking at an Udyr to really know when the fight is over. I'm like taking a minute to be like, is the fight going to come back? No, it's not, is it? No, Udyr is just so in and out. He's so fast. He's so quick. He's got the phase rush, just movement speed from his passive and bear stance. It's quite a very kite-oriented play style from him, and he's playing it really well. No deaths so far on this team. Same can be said for Black Bear, but fights in the bottom side breaking out left and right, and it's what you expect to see. Maybe not when there's a Drake 2.5 minutes away from spawning, but if you're winning these fights, there's no reason not to. I don't know if I'd really call that fight a win for either team, but it shows Lemon Soda's beautiful encore came out. Amethyst getting a little bit locked down, but Rooster, beautiful use of cleanse to get hit by the Encore, then pop the bullet time. Unfortunately, it was aimed to single target on Amethyst. He fell so quick, the rest of the damage was lost on everybody else.
I will say it is a nice sight to see the gold and everything ending up right where you want it this time around. FSU with the Rooster and Flame Shadow looking so nice. And now top lane Pandemonium is stunned out, doesn't have Orange to play around with, and Breezy Bay picks up the kill as the pseudo jungler. And now Gone back in the mid lane is rooted through and through, but that Udyr still fast, gets the stun off, turns to Tiger. He's going to chop this one through. I don't think Flame Shadow gets out clean. He does use the shield from the Pot Blossom and the belt, but it doesn't matter. Flash Phoenix.
Yeah, Gone is just doing exactly what he's been doing this whole game, and it's just scaling harder even though he's building tank. His damage is getting higher as he's just building tank items, and that's what makes Udyr so scary. He could have had that kill sooner. I'm surprised he didn't take it, but Dump Truck's getting caught out.
Yep, Enchanted Crystal Arrow going to shut down most of his pressure there. We do see Cannon Barrage come out to slow it out as a bullet time's going to pressure, but Amethyst with the flash forward to keep the damage chunking. Breezy Bay picks that one up with a good toss on that one as Black Bear coming through with that teleport, launches onto Rooster. Lemon Soda's going to go down, but not before he gets off Encore. The kill lines up, finds its way over to Black Bear.
I was not expecting a turn of events that big, but that is going to put the power back onto blue team. They do get a big enough lead here, 25 seconds on Drake, so unless Breezy Bay stays and gets caught out here, he's got teleport so he can reset and try and contest this. I still think this Drake is pretty 50-50. I'm not sure if Olaf's going to be able to make it in time, but Nico's ult and flash are going to be up. Rocket Bell is available, so they're going to have to be careful. These fights are huge for how little objectives are getting grabbed from them.
I will say it looks like Kaz has opted to go against your thoughts and head towards the top side. I think he just assumes that the dragon's going to fall the wayward side of ReDefy no matter what.
If I say something, they're doing the opposite. I swear they're hearing me, man. They're listening to me.
ReDefy gives me $10.
$10 to tell them with the 3-minute spectator delay what to do.
Ooh, good stun to play off Breezy Bay there. Love the chunkin boy.
The chunkin boy, indeed.
Pumpkin boy, that's what we're gonna start calling Breezy Bay.
Chunkin pumpkin boy. I'll have to write that one down.
Don't.
I'll quote you on it in the future. They make it to the finals. That one's on you, my man. I want to give credit to, Florida State University. They might not be having the biggest momentum slide coming out right now, but the difference from last game to this is just really, really phenomenal. They are contesting everything, and these fights are so back and forth. You never really know who the winner is going to be going into these. They're running a different draft, and they're running it really well.
Absolutely. And they do a great job of punishing and capitalizing on every single objective, like you said, which is something we really wanted to see. So I'm glad that it is coming to fruition. I will say they still falter to some of the wombo combo-y effects from ReDefy at this point, and they are still playing it like it is a single target game at times, and that's where we start to see some of those little mistakes come out here. And whoa, big engage from Breezy there, uses that chrono break to make sure he doesn't get caught by Pot Blossom.
Yeah, the little bit of a difference between their ultimates is Nico gets a shield, Echo heals. So if they both whiff, Echo still comes out on top because he is going to heal up from that cast. So Nico kind of in a dangerous position here if she stays.
She is. Good route there from the response on that throw. Kaz has arrived though, but Gone is definitely shadowing. I will say you've got Blackberry with the also additional rotate.
Yeah, I don't think Nico has really missed that many snares this game, if almost any. Just so well placed 24/7.
Good slow, good rain, good solar flare, cannon barrage as well. Amethyst is D-E-A-D dead. I didn't spell it as fast as I could because I spelling word hard.
I was gonna say, were you a third, fourth place winner in the spelling bee?
Taught English at the age of 16.
Hey, well, it's better than never.
Oh,
they are looking for lemon.
What do you think?
Looking like a tasty drink.
Like, hey, we're on on the same page mentally for some reason on that one. Either way, Gone coming through here. They're going to look to punish in some way, hopefully, but Pandemonium finally leaving the top side of the map.
Yeah, Rooster's I guess a little bit too trigger happy for these bullet times because Amethyst was dead to right. I mean, there was nowhere left to go. 2 seconds of CC left on you, 1 auto attack away from dead, and you still got a Gale Force in your pocket, but she pops the R, blasts her down, Western style.
With all this aggression, notably, you only got the topside turret played off of Pandemonium, and I liked the push here from ReDefy to continue absolving as much pressure as possible around the map, even if they're not inherently winning some of these team fights right now. Keeps their gold stable and ahead.
Yeah, they are. Looks like they did get the Shelly charge off just last second, so that's going to put that turret at 40% HP. They're going to try and bunker in a little bit early for Drake, but I think right now the biggest thing is they're fully starting to connect these 5v5s. This next Drake should be the 5v5. Maybe they go for Baron instead. I doubt it, though. Now is when you're going to see the Enchanted Crystal Arrow comboed with the Encore, with the Parallel Convergence, the Casket.
With the Casket.
Yeah, the full strength of ReDefy is about to come online. I think we're going to see it in about 30 seconds to a minute here. Same can be said for Florida State, though, as their comp is performing really well so far, but it's still just a little bit better when you have the full gang there.
Right. I will say this is when we get to see how sloppy ReDefy might be. Good move from Breezy Bay to go for this flank here. He doesn't have much time, though, before he's caught out. That slow from the Cannon Barrage does great work before he finally picks up that kill. He's in a terrible, terrible spot, so more than likely he's going to go down here, but it's at the benefit of shutting down Rooster. Yep. Taken half, taken low. Who gets the kill? It's going to be Pandemonium, yo. Oh, by the way, we did see Amethyst go down to the hands of Dump Truck there, solo. So that's got to feel really bad.
Did you say Pandemonium, yo?
I had to rhyme in some fashion, Bubby. Don't judge me.
All right. So Pandemonium Yo does pick up that kill. He's pretty big right now, Divine Sunder. They do have both junglers here. So
yes, a little bit. Not
contest.
Kaz is on the side there. They get the good root on Gone to start things off, but that Udyr is flying, making sure he doesn't quite go down to the hands this early. Pop Blossom on the response with the flash, though, to make sure that that's going to be wasted on that side of the realm. They're going to keep pressuring this guy out, but Turtle Form and Bear combined with a great charm. There's the Ragnarok to make sure that Olaf can't play, and this is when you should be going in as Olaf, but there's Breezy Bay back from the grave to start this fight up just once more, and there's Black Bear coming off of the wonderful TP he just used. The exhaust not going to save Kaz today, as Rooster also goes down to the hands of Breezy Bay. And Flame Shadow buddy, poor soul.
We're gonna see Breezy Bay doing the same thing we're used to seeing him on, whether it's mid, whether it's jungle. I'm curious if they're even gonna try and flex him top at some point, but I don't think they're gonna need to. He just performs so well when he's in this aggressive state, and I think they need to put him on these dominant early game champions because it's when he shines the most, and he's just making plays across the board. Florida State University just got stalled out for so long on that Drake. I would say that was probably a 30 to 45 second Drake that Udyr was able to stall out for before Breezy could teleport in. And there's no reason when he doesn't have kill pressure against you to not just try and rush it out. I mean, you got a 3-level advantage on Udyr, so sure, he's probably going to smite steal it, but what's the alternative? Just not getting it and giving time for Breezy Bay to teleport in and kill your whole team?
Right. I will say they don't quite have that damage to burst it through, in my personal opinion, and Kaz is definitely footing it a bit more than he needed to with that fight. So that's the main crux of where that problem starts. Either way, they still have a lot of great damage to play around. Rooster's still hot. You know, Flame Shadow might be falling off at this point, but he's still great. And Dump Truck, to be honest, has been on point all game.
Yeah, this Leona pick is a lot better. It's a lot better than the Thresh was. That is something I want to highlight. Last game couldn't really land the hooks, couldn't pick the right fights. This game, Zenith Blade is landing every cast. The Solar Eclipse is locking people down, getting kills. Huge kill participation, 10 out of 13. So just much better game.
Ooh, Breezy Bay here on the top side. On to Pandemonium, yo. Gonna be punished pretty heavily for trying to take the fight. Goes with the Chrono Break back into it. The barrels are set up very well, though. Pandemonium is gonna try to kite this one out further and further, and he does find a great shutdown on that response. Very well played.
Oh, most definitely. That's a lot of shutdown gold getting on to the right person. Gangplank has had some beautiful ultimates this game. He's got the split pushing strength that a Gangplank normally has. You got teleport and ultimate. So he's going to be wherever he wants and still be a part of the fight, even down on teleport. And getting him gold gets him split push pressure. As long as he's not afraid of Gragas, he's going to be afraid of Echo no matter what right now. But if he can be, you know, able to push against this Gragas and stall him out, he's got a much better split push than Gragas is going to have.
Absolutely. I will say Baron is now up. The Vision's still in favor of ReDefy, so they're definitely playing to win across the board here. I will say there's a lot of room for growth here for FSU to kind of play back into that. I do think Kaz is a little slow to every objective I've seen thus far, though. Ooh, MB gone, looking to punish out Pandemonium for the stress he put upon his boy, Breezy Bay. I think he's going to do just fine. There's Pandemonium's flash Black Bears over the side to go for the kill steal. Oh, not quite. He was respectful. I like it.
Yeah, they're both tanks, and Udyr's doing a lot better. If I was a Gragas, I think I'd do the same thing. FSU is going to take this time to rotate around and try and sneak a Baron. Hawkshot scouts them out. They have Echo and Seraphine. The combo between them is devastating, so they do have to get forced off of that.
Oh, Breezy Bay stepping up pretty aggressively there. Isn't going to be rooted out too much. The Charm doing great to stop Flame Shadow's aggression or get him in on the Pot Blossom. Amazing Enchanted Crystal Arrow to go off of the stun there to take Flame Shadow out before he can even get Pot Blossom on. And now gone, chasing this one further and further to get those stuns out. Jump Truck, the next one to target is Breezy. Launches forward to secure that one. Kaz is still up, but this is looking like Baron, Bubby.
I think with the amount of sustain that Udyr has, there wouldn't be any reason not to go for Baron. Seraphine complementing this Udyr. Not really any grievous wounds besides one Bramble Vest on Leona. You know, no percent health damage. You don't even have Kraken Slayer for true damage. There's just no way to really deal with him right now, and he's healing off of Baron. So what is the alternative? I would say stall, but if you're not going to be able to pick up this next Drake and you're going to slap up Mountain Soul on top of this Udyr, then you really have a front line you can't deal with. We got to really play to this strength. We haven't seen Flame Shadow get these 3-4 person ultimates. Kaz has started falling off, and while Dump Truck is getting some really solid engages, it's not being complemented by much.
Speaking of engages there, that's going to be that casket thrown up pretty early to disengage Rooster and Kaz. That Ragnarok is now down, though. I would have liked to see that used to be a bit more proactive. And Begone going with the flash there, finds his way on the Flame Shadow deep in the backline. We do see the Pop Blossom, but it doesn't quite come through because Breezy finds that kill. Now Rooster, the next one to look for. The cleanse is out, but Gone finds the response there. Now Black Bear and Breezy over on the side, looking to chunk this one through, finds the kill over on both Kaz and Dump Truck, and Pandemonium is one Enchanted Crystal away from death. That's going to be the Soul and Baron now.
Yeah, Gangplank took an arrow to the knee, and I don't think he's going to be able to do any adventuring for the next 40 seconds anymore. That's going to be Soul Point. They already have the Baron. Mid is pushing in. They're going to be able to pick up the turret just from the minions. This is looking very strong, very good from them. If they win this, that's going to be a 4-0 today.
Yeah. That'll be the first 4-0 we've seen thus far. I can't speak for any of the other matches tonight especially, but that's a very strong start and a message for anybody who's watching Light League. ReDefy would be the ones to beat. So they're going to sit here, take the first of the inhib turrets, launch towards this mid lane. You've got the rest of the team up now from the side of, my apologies, FSU.
Yeah, I wouldn't say the match is truly over because the soul is mountain. It's not the biggest deal. If you do get armor pen, Udyr stops becoming as scary, but they are backed in a corner. And it's going to be very difficult for them.
Breezy Bay deep in the back line, gonna use that chrono break. There's the Ragnarok, gonna be pushed out pretty early there as Rooster is now forced to walk back to Fountain. Black Bear over the wall to keep pressuring the distance out here as Breezy Bay's back into it, stunned out. Rooted gonna be using the Zonias. There's that Pop Blossom, doesn't quite find it where they need to. The bullet time coming on over the wall, but it doesn't have any damage to work with now. Kaz exhausted, taken out. Dump truck in the back line, gone as well. All 5 members here of FSU finally away from the board. The waves pushing in. Game 2 going their way. Not just game 2, set 1 and 2 tonight. All 4 games in favor of ReDefy Unleashed.
That was a very strong victory from them, both of these games. Last game was a lot more sloppy, but they got their comms in order. They got their play in order, and they knew where they wanted to be, when they wanted to be, and played these fights how they wanted to. Breezy Bay being swapped into mid, it didn't matter. This team just played so strong, and this is a taste because going into that, if they're playing sloppy in week 2, it's only uphill from here.
Right, absolutely. And I think there's definitely some things they can capitalize on and fix. But dude, FSU is not a bad team to play into. Divine Ascension Obsidian is not a bad team. Those teams are definitely of the higher echelon here in Light League. And tonight, they took all 4 games. That is impressive. They took all 4 games with a reversed comp where Breezy's now in your mid and you've got Black Bear gone on the other side. Completely different roster to work with. I mean, that is just something else.
Yeah, I think it was the right decision too. I'm not sure if this is something they're going to be running into next week. If this is a permanent roster change they want to make, we'll be able to ask them maybe this week or the upcoming week and see what they decide to do with this. But if they keep playing at this strength, they're going to be the team to beat. If they transition their roster back thinking, maybe, we like the other way more, and it doesn't go as well for them, it's still on the table to just run back to this roster, even if picking up their original cast isn't the play.